Good morning, Roy.
Good morning.
We are back in our home locations.
Yes, I got my battle screens back.
That's always good.
But it was fun to meet you. Nice trip. Excited for the next one. Hotty toddy.
You picked a hell of a weekend to come, and now we'll relive that one.
Yeah. No, I had a good time as you saw at the game, and it was nice environment. Nice town you got there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nice town. All right. Well, we had some data this morning. It has jostled the market a bit.
Yeah, had PPI come out, and then we had jobless claims.
Yep, jobless claims, and now I think we've got a Fed speaking right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there's a quick way to find out. The PPI and all that. You got Barkin and Kugler. Kugler's
Yep.
coming at 9, Barkin at 8. All you crude traders, you got some crude numbers coming out, 9:30, 10, and you got the 4-week bill auction coming out. And then we got Ed Williams speaking a couple different times for some reason. Then you got Japanese GDP overnight for all you crazy folks who trade Globex. Then you go into, we got the UK GDP coming out on Friday with their manufacturing production, industrial production, goods trade balance. So a lot of UK news coming out overnight. And then we have U.S. retail sales coming out at 7:30 Friday morning with the core retail sales and the Fed manufacturing numbers all coming at the same time. So a little bit happening. Of course, we got more speakers. We got Williams speaking again on Friday, and then Walmart earnings. That's Monday, right?
Yeah, jump into next week.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
Still got a few more. Good morning. Wait for the zone. Thank you for the welcome back shout out.
Good morning. Good morning.
And yeah, so still got some data to get through this week with the retail sales tomorrow, and then those UK numbers will move the dollar a bit. And I don't know if you guys have watched the dollar recently, but let's flip back over to that right here. This is a 5-minute chart. Doesn't really do it justice, but that's your 1 hour.
Yeah.
So dollar is loving the election, much like everything else, but it has ripped higher. So
you remember the little I think it was the Price is Right where the little Swiss dude had the thing and climbed the mountain.
Yeah, the yodel.
That's the mountain. That looks like the mountain.
The yodel guy. Yeah, I love that. The normally in a normal market, the dollar is a kind of a tailwind for the not tailwind, headwind. It is a resistance point against stocks, but stocks have been moving with the dollar, so all is right in the world, I guess. Let's kind of run through. I'm gonna flip back to your screen. We'll go back to ES. What zones are we looking for?
We're just watching this level right here. It's in there around the 60-10 area. You can see overnight we bounced into this zone last night, rejected it, came back down. This zone held, it broke for a minute, came back down. We could probably adjust these, but as of right now, we could probably bring it down to here and catch it into the sixth. Actually, we're going to be around the 6,000 mark. That's really where I think the trouble is, or if you want to look for a long 6,000 would be around that range would be a good spot in my opinion. I don't think that the data was very bullish overnight or this morning, so job numbers came in pretty much as expected, but the PPI numbers were not pretty. They didn't miss on the PPI numbers, so it's interesting to see what we got. They did not like it to start the morning. Let's that. Look at the 15-minute.
There's a bit of a delayed reaction on the people.
If you can look, this looks a lot like Dixie. We popped, and then we're in this whole huge consolidation zone here. Just
Wow.
yeah, it's been a while. It's been a minute. We've been 5 days pretty much in this area. So if we do get a breakout,
I would say from a long-term standpoint, that seems to be a bit of a bullish consolidation up here.
long term, yes. Let's see what we get at open here. I mean, they like to buy the dip, so we could pop and then pull a pop and fade all day. There's a few different ways this thing could actually work out. So be patient. Rushed to short this morning. And then as soon as I rushed it, it popped up, took my stop out, then came right back down. So we actually had a little profit. Probably should have went on a secured profit on it, but you only live once. So
YOLO.
right now it's testing the 8. I'm gonna be completely honest with everybody. If we hit the 21, I'm probably gonna take a short even before open. Unless we just crash right through it. Crash right through it, then of course I won't do anything with it. But
even with these wicks down below.
Yeah, because it keeps going back and testing that area. So let's see what it does with the 13 here in VWAP and everything's right here together. We'll see, and we might just wait until.
So the previous candle had a little bit of volume to it, and it kind of has a bullish wick to it. So
it does. The volume came in early on that wick, though. So if you was watching that wick, the volume came into the downside.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you always got to pay attention where the volume comes in at. Like it can look a certain way and make you think, "Oh, this is it." But if the volume comes in early, it means they were pushing it, and for some reason they stopped pushing it. I don't know why they stopped pushing it. That's a telltale sign we need to figure out.
Yeah, I'm watching it now and seeing the volume coming in on this wick down, this upper wick.
Yeah, so which means if we get any decent volume at all here, it is would be bearish on that point. But we've got almost 2 minutes left, and we still got a long way to go to catch some volume on it. But typically we're going to get volume 10 minutes, 5 minutes before opens when you're going to really see some shenanigans come in. They're pushing this thing back down, though. This is not a bullish candle at all. We did not hit the 21 where I wanted to go short. Should have went short at VWAP, looks like. But we will be patient. We are in short on these other guys over here on something different, trying to make a little quick couple $100 over here if we can. We're about there, so a little more drop here, and we clear those out, and that's done for the day. Had a good day yesterday on the combines. We did 3,000 on one, 22 on others. So you can see, even after taking a $1,200 loss this morning so far, I'm only 3,700 away from passing that one, and we are 2,300 away from passing that one. So we'll work on getting these passed today is the goal. If we can get these passed, and another one to start Friday. Once we get 5 full again, we'll start back trading XFAs. We've been taking it easy on them, and this is a marathon, not a sprint. There's no need to rush trade, so that's why I'm focusing on combines and getting these passed, not swapping back and forth.
Smart.
My thought process there. Let's see if we can get a move. If they can push this thing down a little more. You got order sitting right below 60.10, so. And there
that was a nasty VWAP projection.
Yeah, they got to be able to follow it up, though. They haven't been able to follow this up yet. So everyone's kind of getting I mean, last time we popped this one here, we popped all the way back up, hit the 21, and rejected hard. So that's why I was looking for the 21 again. If we could get to 21, I would definitely take a short there. You got your 8 and your 13 have crossed VWAP to the downside. So got that working against you if you want to go long right now. And you got the 21 coming out pretty hard. So might get a pass soon. We'll see how it plays out. It is still super early, so crazy thing yesterday, I think I was done at 9:15.
Yeah.
I took trades, made my money, and called it a day early. So
Took a nap on it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, while we wait and track that, I'll flip through and kind of go through some Mag 7 and pre-market and general market stuff. NASDAQ was kind of your loser yesterday, which is kind of what's dragging everything down. But similar chart to ES this morning, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's slightly down, just 20 points. The VIX, interesting note that Monty had mentioned, it gapped up and has kind of just held it. So will we fill the gap? I mean, the range here is not very big, but the fact that VIX is at 14 is pretty astonishing. We were talking about that earlier. So keep an eye on that to either pop or, kind of give us a little signal of what to come for the day. Apple's basically flat start the day. Nvidia is up almost 1%. It had a red day yesterday, down 1%. So I'll see if they can have back-to-back red days. I don't think that's happened in quite a while. And Microsoft basically flat, down 0.22%. Google flat. Amazon flat. Amazon had a great day yesterday. It was kind of lost in the shuffle, but it had a huge move up. It was up, $5. So strong move on Amazon. Meta had a good start to the week and has basically faded, but it's going to open up slightly down. Tesla's had a rough week. It's down about 330, but what is a rough week after a monster rally that it's been on the last few weeks? So nothing worried there. AMD is the one that I'm pretty interested in. So if we go to an hourly chart on AMD, obviously not Mag 7, but close enough, is you're now getting to that earnings low, right? So you had the Trump pump, I guess you'd say, for the whole market. And now we've retraced back down to the earnings low and actually set a new low, sub 140. So not really sure what to take from AMD here, except right? So
Yeah.
let's see if it can get some mojo back. Coin, my boo, got hit hard yesterday. Got all the way down about 280. It has now popped up. It's about 291 now. Obviously tracking Bitcoin a bit, so we'll see if Bitcoin can hold its move up. Iron, another one of my swings. BTC, so Bitcoin rallied up, set new highs all week, got all the way up to 93,000, and in about a couple hours went all the way down to 87,000, and is kind of rallying itself back up now again, back over 90,000. Excuse me, approaching 91,000. So
Let's look at SCI too. I want to check it out because rumor is they could be delisted as of today.
They're getting crushed.
Yeah, I was in them and I cut it overnight. So
yeah.
So
we're down.
Also, they
down 11%. Wow.
Yeah, rumor I saw is today could be the last day for them before they get delisted. And tomorrow, actually Monday, they could be trading on OTC.
Wow.
Yeah, that's you talking about. I took a chance on it in case they came out and they have not. Hadn't seen anything into the NASDAQ yet. Nothing. So everything, all everything that was requested from them has not been returned, and today is, from what I understand, today is their deadline to do something with it. So,
Look at this guy. Good morning, Howie. Did not sell all of my SMCI puts.
just
Wizard.
be careful, just in case they delist that thing today.
Yeah. So
I'm not quite sure how does that work if you own puts and it's delisted? You lose those, or
I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I thankfully have never been in that position where I was in a stock that got delisted. I got close a few times, but
Howie said he's been researching it, so I hope you can make some money off of it, Howie. But please be safe with it too, sir.
Yeah, that's a spicy one. Another spicy one, gold. Look at this hourly chart. So we're down to 25.6 now.
Gold needed a pullback bad.
It did. I was just about to say. So if we flip this to about a 4-hour chart, you can see the monster run it did, and now it's cooling down, kind of entering a little consolidation zone here. So we'll see. Probably 2,500 holds up well. You could see a little move back up. Definitely had a head and shoulders here that broke down. So interesting to watch on gold, cooling off a little bit. DJT up 1%.
Any of you curious? This is how we answer to it. Basically, you need to call your broker, but to get put in a short position, and if you can't afford it, they'll close it.
Okay. So,
and anyone just needs to call your broker and make sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got. I think earnings wise, we'll kind of go through. Disney reported this morning. Yeah. JD.com, Advanced Auto Parts, and then after hours we got AMAT, and that's kind of it. And then tomorrow morning we got Baba. So let's take a look at Disney, see what Disney did. I believe I know they popped. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, so they're up almost 10%.
Anybody ever kept up with NASA on Twitter? You know that is a what's it called, Roy? What is it?
Ivy flush.
Yeah, Ivy flush potential there. So you might can buy some stuff cheap. Just take your profits.
Yeah, good move on Disney. So, yeah, as far as earnings wise, we're kind of winding down now. I think all eyes going back to this kind of weird quarterly event of a quiet period and then all eyes on NVIDIA. And I believe NVIDIA reports at the end of the month. So will there be a rally into the earnings? We shall see. Let's take a gander.
Let's see. We're getting a rejection again. Let's see if they can actually follow it up this time.
November 20th. That's next week.
Wow. That is next week.
So, anybody in AI, keep that in mind. Maybe with AMD being beat up so much, could be a good little proxy play. If NVIDIA can deliver the goods.
Man, I would really like this thing to go back and hit 60-10 before open. That would be awesome.
Bitcoin back over 91,000. That has been the story of the week. It's crypto.
Yeah, 10 minutes till open. So let's see if we start seeing some shenanigans pop into the orders here. last couple candles you've had some halfway decent volume on it, and the green volume, but I think they were all your volume was coming to the upside, pushing it back down. So you got to be careful here. I am still leaning bearish at the moment, but we just got to play it out and see what happens here. Seems like they want to push it down, but they just can't. They get to this area here and just kind of holds up. So
yeah, that zone has been support definitely so far since data.
Need to remove it on the highway. That'll take care of it. Well, are we gonna get the push? All I just need to touch 10. Touch 10 is all I need. Touch 10. That is it. I don't know if they're gonna let it touch 10. Now that Z, the bottom of that Z is holding it up there.
We got about 9 minutes till open.
Yeah, we want to cut that position. We're not gonna hold that in the open because this thing could pop, or you don't ever know. There's no need to gamble this morning. We're already green there. We're gonna wait and see what plays out here. You got a candle by candle the downside, though. If anybody wants to play the candle by candle, I'm not touching the downside again till open. It definitely could play out if it gets to around that 14.25. It might not be a bad chance to take a short, but you definitely already you'd have a tight stop because your stop would be at 16 anyway. So you're risk about 2 points if it does touch it. But like I said, I'm not going to touch it yet.
Yeah, always tough to go short heading into the open.
Even knowing, here we go now. It's Goober. Now watch it go touch 10. That would be about the most ironic thing could happen today. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Oh, rained all day yesterday. Be glad y'all wasn't here. Yesterday was a gloomy day.
The city was sad that we left.
Rainy, just horrible. I was happy y'all left. It's a joke. I was glad y'all came down. We had a good time.
Yeah, we did have a good time. We I think I'm a bit staked out for a little bit. I was recapping the meals to my family. I was like, Friday we had steak on the way up, and then Saturday obviously we didn't eat anything. Then Sunday we had brisket, which is good, kind of like a quick brisket. Then Monday we had a great steak, and then Tuesday we had pepper steak, and then Friday I have a meal at a steakhouse, so I'm gonna hold off on the steak until Friday.
I'm a red meat guy. I could eat every day.
I love it. I love it.
I did cook breakfast for supper last night, though.
Oh,
yeah.
What did I have last night? I had a salad last night. Oh, Tex-Mex salad. Dude,
we got about 5 minutes to open here. They're pushing it back down there. 60-12 around this range is so far. Let's see if it breaks it down. It's going to hit 10 now, isn't it?
It looks like it.
Let's see what happens. It might pop it back up here. Pop it back up, make me feel better about myself. Well, once we get once we get the day started, we'll get us a trend, we'll get us a play, we'll see if we can make See if we can pass these two combines today. That would be fantastic. That would make the day just perfect. So let's wait and see. Wait and see. I'm going to get up and get me a drink here in a minute. I forgot to get one this morning, so my coffee's about done. So we need more caffeine. Well,
they're going to open it at 60.10 and then push it higher. My prediction.
I'm interested to see how it goes. We've been dip buyers, have been dip buyers, of course, but I mean, you said it about this looks bullish, this consolidation, but I mean, it's held up so well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can
Now, doesn't mean we don't break down to like 59.80 or something like that. I mean, it's still within that. It's a pretty big range.
Yeah, watch see if it comes back up and test this little trend zone projection. That would be a watch out there.
It's like a pretty clear bear flag on the data.
Yeah. For sure. Man, still holding around this 12 area here. CBD is right at plus 4,000, which is very strange. This big drop down, CBD never turned negative on this. And it's just been chilling back above 4,000 now. So they might push this thing up at open, which we've seen before. We got about 2 minutes or so till we get it. What do we got this afternoon? What do we got speaking here? What you doing? Powell speaks today. That's right. I forgot all about that. So anybody in this afternoon in Power Hour, be super careful because Powell can send this thing one way or the other.
Here's your daily pop.
Yeah. So now I feel better about cutting my trade over here for a small win. But a win is a win, and it would be red now if I did not cut it. So actually, we were up here. We'd have a tad bit more left on it, but not much. We didn't go heavy on it, so only a couple. So with a normal play. But I'm a rejection here. Wow.
Right before the open. Good morning, Cashier.
Sunshine. There's that sunshine. He actually sent it to us in the Discord yesterday since we didn't stream yesterday. So thank you, Cash App. Bringing sunshine to our day. CBD is going to plus 6,000, looks like. At the open, we got about 20 seconds left. It did not like VWAP there. Well, let's see. Can they go past it once it opens and you get a little more volume in there? My crazy thing, after data roll, we had almost 13,000 in volume on this candle.
Wow.
That's a lot for pre-market. There goes above that. Yep, this is what I was scared of. Why you didn't hold a short. Right into that trend zone. Let's see if we get back in the trend or if we reject it here. What we do. Not blowing past it.
Not blowing past it. Could reject.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
There's that 20. 20's been a spot. We're going to wait and let a trend form before we do anything. We're not rushing. We're not automatically taking a short here, even though I would like to take a short here. I just, look at it. You dirty dog.
Could come back, retest VWAP, and then hold that as support.
That's the ugly candle to start right here. They can make it not ugly though.
Very fast.
CBD is 7,000. What is Tide opening at?
Show that. Tide calls in charge, but ticking down, puts way below the zero line. But again, really hard to read it. Holdings, same. I got calls actually slightly lower than puts on holdings, with call volume rising.
This is why we're going to be careful here, though. And this looks like a beautiful short. But Roy called it there, being right around VWAP. Of course, you might get the break here. It's holding right now. Right down 20 level. Lord have mercy. Why did I not play short off the 20?
It always looks obvious after the fact, but it's definitely been the spot.
Yep.
This can pop back up and hold VWAP. That'd be a good sign for the Bulls. I mean, we're only 3 minutes into the open, so.
Well, you're definitely going to have some debt buyers step in. The question is, how many dip buyers are there to step in today? That is the question. Do they let them run it down to get better entries?
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I like good entries. So being this high, there's not very many good entries long, in my opinion. It's battling here, though. It's not just giving up. The crazy thing, CBD is holding 7,700. That's a positive 7,700.
Yeah, Tide's seeing some call volume now picked up. I mean, it had a big drop in the premium, but you see puts are falling. Really hard to see, but you see the call volume kicking up. But again, you're battling this VWAP area that's.
Let me grab me a drink real quick.
Yep. So let's take off extended hours. Check out what Mag 7's doing. You got Apple up 0.5%, Nvidia up 0.3%, Microsoft up 0.2%, Google's down almost 1%, Amazon up 0.6%, Meta down almost 1%.
Hey, look at VIX with this move. This is crazy.
Oh.
Make that make sense.
Oh.
Yeah, below 14.
That tells me we're about to retest 20, 60-20.
Yeah, I think so.
You want to close your ears. Your 5-day moving average is 60, 20, 65, which just so happens to be right at the high of the open.
Just so happens to be that piece of crap thing. I couldn't give you a hard time. 5 down, know what I'd do.
It's not a day that ends in Y if you don't do it. You got a cross on Tide here. Puts did kick up. Calls are kicking up on the premium, but your volume is stay on the story still. Call up. And you've got, that's just hard to read. Spaghetti mess there. Looks like puts are falling, calls are rising, but puts are above, but call volume is higher. So And there's your 20 test and another rejection. Almost got one tick away.
Yeah, I think we're going to pass it personally for a second. I don't know how
Looks
far
like
we're
it.
going. CBD's 8,000.
Good
We
strong
just can't
move.
get that though. That's crazy.
Good strong move up.
It was. I wanted to get in at VWAP there. Let's see if we can get this, turn this day green. It might break down and get us, but we're going to leave it where it's at and let it play out. I don't like it having to get above that 20, but I'm also looking at Bookmap over here, and 2250 and 2750 are a couple spots to keep an eye on.
At 26 was a beast yesterday. 60
Yeah.
26.
We had a slight little pop in the VIX, but I was going to say it looked ugly again, but then it came back and filled its candle back in green. So
Got tied though. Telling you, dip buyers are stepping in. You've got what? Actually, look at that. Look at the volume reversing, but the premium going up. So you actually have put volume is now taking over here. And that's probably why you're seeing a drop in the market.
we just had a ton of orders pop in all over the place on Bookmap. I'm talking about crimson turned everywhere. I don't know what this is here. Is there something coming out? Something's weird here. Everything just changed all of a sudden.
The Fed speaking right now.
It went crimson, now it's went back where
Israeli military. We attacked military buildings, headquarters of Islamic Jihad organization in Syria.
well, that must be it, because we just turned. We got orders popping in everywhere. VIX popping almost. It's 1393 again now. This thing, I probably should cut this thing, to be honest with you, but I'm not gonna lie, I was leaning bearish at open. I like that move back up. Thought we were gonna get a pop. CBD is still plus 7,500. I don't understand this. CBD dropped 1,000 there, is all I did.
Puts are rising pretty strongly. Put volumes rising, put premiums rising.
We're cutting this before we hit that. Before we hit it. I just don't like it. I don't like it. That's why I don't like it. If we break this down, if we break this 9 level, we should see 04. Typically, if we get close, we're going to run 2 in extreme. That's the low overnight. And then you got to watch. That is yesterday's low. It's going to mark those lows now.
Yeah, so I'm not I haven't been following this stuff, but Israel into Syria seems to be a bit of a new thing, correct?
No, Syria, it's been on there. You also had Barkin. Last 30 years was highly conducive to low inflation. The next 10 years might be more inflationary with deficits, deglobalizations, and aging population. So that's not a good statement. I don't think, the Israel stuff. I mean, this is the first really news we've had since Trump was was elected. So yeah, they've been in Syria the whole time, just so you know. So
Okay.
it's not a good thing at all. CBD is coming out pretty hard now, though.
As is Tide. Tide's dropping hard. You see,
I think we're
calls going.
See if we can get a push down here. Yeah. Take us to 6,000. Let's go on and get it over with. You got orders popping up around 6,000, so look for a move to 6,000, and we can evaluate there on this. Possibly.
These types of moves too, guys. Make sure your risk settings are in place. Play a combine if you don't feel it. If you don't rush anything.
Here's the 60. Here's the 4 we talked about. Hit that one. Let's go and take 6,000 out of the way, and hell, let's just go to 59.91. Why not? Watch this level here. This is the one, even though it's not 6,000. This is where you look. We had a lot of activity around that zone. Little area there. CBD's 5,000 dropping. They got orders at 62, 6,250, and 6,000, and that 59 right on top of those. They got orders sitting right on top of that. That's crazy, right? Amazing how that works. I mean, to the T. To the T. Let's see if we can push it on that. Go to 6,000, and we'll, like I said, we'll reevaluate there and see what we want to do. We need a pullback day. We need a good trend day down just to reset everything, bring all the bulls back, give some really good entries. But
buyers here.
Down here.
Yeah, you're getting buyers at the low of day, which makes sense, but sorry, low of the session. This was the overnight low.
Yeah.
You got Tide kind of telling the story as well, and just a drastic drop in calls, increase in puts. You saw the move down. So Tide letting everyone know.
If we can close below this, I would actually watch that area there. That could be, if we close below there, we could definitely see the move to here. Here comes 6,000 tests. You know, I hate when I call this crap and don't play it. I mean, I played it. I'm a little over $800 up on this trade over here on this other side. What actually matters here that I want to show you guys, I'm not. It's annoying. I don't know why I can trade it better over here than I can over here. It is what it is. I'm trying to get $1,000 out of this play, and then those will definitely be done for the day. That'll be about a little over 1,500 on those for the day.
So that's about. So we have 6,050 is where it kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And your volume, though, still, I mean, it's still pushing it down.
Yeah, they're still pushing it down. You don't have anybody coming in to push us up yet. So even if we get a move back up a little here, this would definitely be, so you could watch this area, 04 for a short, 09. Of course, 09 is going to be right around the 8 now. So
there's your orb set. It's about 20 points. That's for the orb, 15-minute orb. So yeah, Bitcoin got thrashed. Now back below 90,000. Again, like Monty said, I think everything needed a little cool off.
You got it late. I wanted it up here, so we will add if it adds to 64. I think we're finna break now. Like I said, this thing could turn on a dime, folks. So don't blindly follow. Look and see why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I got in a little early. I chased. This is where I really want to be at. I hit join ask instead of just sitting the order here. But you got. Let's see. I want to put it. Ooh, that's 90. I think I like it right there. It's at low. Yesterday's low. So we're going to leave it there. See if they can break this thing down. They can pop this thing right back up in a heartbeat. CVD's 4,000. It's come down a good bit, but it's still not just running away. So we said it before. CVD is just it's just an indicator. So you can't take a specific trade just off that. What's Tide looking like over there?
Tide, you got put volume rising, call premium ticking up. So you are getting a little bit of buyers here, but your puts are not stopping. I mean, they got a little crick, but it's put volume showing it's stayed, and the same on holdings. You've got puts rising strongly, and then put volume in control. And so now we're getting down to the 6,000 level.
Yeah. I guess we're going to hit every damn level I called out early. We get this 97. We said 6,000 was a spot to watch. If it breaks 6,000, I like that 59.97 better. It actually bounced off 6,000 there. So
yeah, it did, and kind of expected, right? It may take it a test or two.
All right, now we want to put a take profit at. I'm going to put it right on there. This thing might come back and get us. We got a little playroom here, but we don't want to let it run far. We're going to put a stop there at that level. CBD still coming down. It's negative 3,000. I mean, not negative. It's 3,000 now. It's dropping pretty hard. So
Tide, similar story on Tide. You've got put volume controlling it. A little bend down in puts is what's causing, I think, a little bit of that push up. But if you were short up here and you got down to 6,000, people probably are taking some profits on their.
Yeah, the question is, if you break 6,000, what do we get? You get a panic and people start selling? You get a panic and people start short covering? I mean, what's our end game here is the question.
Well, if you look at catalysts coming up, right, you've got really nothing except NVIDIA next week earnings, and then you've got, retail sales tomorrow is an important one just to kind of give the view of the market. You are heading into a holiday event in a couple weeks, so not really much. I mean, we're kind of stretching the catalyst there, so I don't see much fear entering the market as much as I would see dip buying opportunities. So
nice bullish candle there, and it just took me out. So we're going to get off this, and we're going to let that one take a break. We're going to take a break for a second and see if that is not pretty, boys and girls, so far.
That was an 11-point move in a hurry.
Yeah. Well, you got VIX has come back from its high 1420. It's come all the way back to 1392. So
So that those puts started to cool a little bit more. Your call volume starting to rise. Put volume still in control, but like I said, call volume is starting to pick up, as you can see the bend in the chart. So see how high they can push this. Could push it all the way up to VWAP at 60.1350, and then that's kind of in its rejection zone a few times earlier this morning. So we'll keep an
It's
eye
like
on
the
that.
13s right now.
Mhm. So you are getting a bounce around the board. Apple just went loose at the open, dipped down, and now getting bidded back up 0.5%. Nvidia is, well, that chart looks familiar. Nvidia is the market, so as you can see, that's kind of mimicking the move in ES. Did we get a rejection at 60.10? Looks like it rejected that red ribbon on ES, kind of flying around here, but bear with me.
Yeah,
Um,
13s right there. It came right off the 13.
yeah, so
I
we'll
did
see.
take a trade off the 8 break. We'll see if the 8 holds here. If not, we're going to actually adjust this stop a little bit right at the 200. So it gives it a little bit of room to play, but not too much where we lose a lot. So we're looking at a little better than 2-to-1 risk reward if it plays out. I still like this thing to break down. Bookmap has just cleared a bunch of orders. I don't know what's going on, all the way down to pretty much you got order stacks at the top and the bottom, and they're just moving with it, and they're pushing this thing down below. The order dropping below 6,000 now.
That's an ugly candle.
Yeah, it's got to play out though. They hadn't been playing these things out all the way. If you look here, I mean, you think these are ugly. This told a sell, but it came all the way back up to here before it did. And this looked like a very bullish candle. So as of right this second, you're getting a lot of chop in this area. So be patient. We got in. I like our entry being above the 8 now. If they keep
The
pushing
8.
this thing down, of course, the entry's going to look better and better. But we shall see. We're $700 up on this trade. We are 1,500 away from passing this combine. So we need really 22. This kind of puts us right in line. If we get a big flush here, we could definitely hit it. Need a flush. Need them to push this thing down. 3,300 CBD, 3,600 is kind of moving back and forth. Like I said, it's kind of just moving with it. The orders are popping up, popping down, popping up, popping down. So they got a ton sitting at 6,000 now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we tested the 6,000 again. And we'll be interested to see if we do test it. Now we're getting a indecision candle here.
You got tied, you got puts rising, little tick down, calls dropping, put volume starting to get control. So what we're trying to see here, is this a leading or a lagging?
Yeah, good guess. Good guess. I just feel like they're going to push this thing down, but I could be 100% wrong. My feelings are not always accurate, but and now they're going to pop it back up. So.
Yeah, this is one of those candles that makes you, yeah, it's literally a 50-50 candle. So if you can get volume to push this thing down in the last few minutes, but we're at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. I know you don't play those, but it just rejected off of it. I mean, as you would expect with a move like this at the open, everything's pointing down. Your EMAs are all pointing down. That's also how math just works with volume. So you've got
Is that how math works?
that's how math works. What I've been told. That Nate Bargatze joke. He says doesn't mind doing homework with his daughter, his 8-year-old daughter. He said, because I could use another pass at it.
True.
Yeah. Here's your puts are rising, your calls are dropping.
You're getting a little dip in puts.
Yeah, these little dips and puts are coinciding with little pops in the market. So again, trying to see what's lagging, what's leading.
Ooh. Little indecision counter on the VIX over here too.
Flip that over. I think your culprit here is Nvidia getting bids right now. So Nvidia catching some bids. Microsoft's gone green.
Interesting.
Tesla down 2%. Man.
Here's another pop. See if they can break it up here. Or what we do if we break back down off of it again. VIX is popping a little bit back over 14. We're a long way from yesterday's open around the 1530 mark.
Yeah, I think you're going to get probably a retest to the 8 would be my guess. Could retest all the way up to VWAP. Looking at your MACDs and stuff like that, you're not seeing much curling. Still kind of a trend down, so all good on that front. Your puts are coming down. They are ticking down a little bit. The volume's staying elevated, though, on the put side.
Yeah,
So
the main thing watching there is that volume when you show it.
Yeah. Same story on the SPY holdings. There's your upper wick rejection near the 8 ribbon. That ribbon is widened quite a bit. It's now about 3 points wide. Let's see.
Well, we're still being patient. We moved our stop down, so we're only risking $487 here to try to make. I don't know if we'll get to 2,000. If we get to that 6,000 level, we might look to cut if it doesn't. If it does get there and doesn't break it down, we shall see. They're putting orders. You got orders sitting right on 6,000. Then you got 97.50, 95, 92.50, and 90 lit up. So kind of some slight levels down. Look like they're going on the quarters today.
Yeah, put premium starting to drop. So you could see a little pop here shortly if this is a leading indicator. But call premium's dropping as well.
Yeah,
Seems like premium, a lot of
your put volume though down at the bottom is still in control, right?
Yeah, so it's still in control. Yep. Let's look at the sectors. So healthcare is a loser. Real estate, consumer discretionary, tech slightly down. Your winning is energy, financials, utilities.
And you got your. That's interesting. Well, banks. If I'm not mistaken, I hadn't looked, but didn't banks pop yesterday?
Yeah, I think so.
So. And here we go again. We're going to push down, pop up, push down, pop up, push down, pop up. Give me a move. Give me a dang move. Come on. What are you doing here? You won't follow through with it. It got to 6,175 and bounced. Oh, half determined just going to cut this thing, take this profits, and then we'll look to re-enter.
Well, you're at your low, right? So you're at your session
that.
low. If it acts as resistance, right now it's kind of struggling to get back above the 6,004.
Yeah, I should have held it. There's no doubt. They just dropped orders below 6,000. We're finna get the break I wanted after I cut it. So we'll see if we can test the 8 again. We will definitely look to go short again. But we're not going to rush into a trade. We're going to trade it. We are about $1,300 away from passing this combine, and then we'll go back to this other one and work on what we lost with it this morning, getting it back so we can possibly pass it on Friday.
I think your story here is this guy, why you're not breaking down NVIDIA. So NVIDIA's at the high of day. They saw a dip, they gobbled it up. So NVIDIA up 1% while the rest of Mag 7's kind of struggling. So we were talking about Catalyst, and NVIDIA's earnings are next week. So will they, be buying it into the earnings?
Your AMD's up.
Yeah. I think AMD's a good proxy play. I like that one. I may dabble in that. If I didn't think we were going to get a market breakdown today, I would go ahead and enter. But I do think we're going to get some sort of breakdown.
Yeah, you got to be careful with it. There's no telling what the market's going to do. We sit here and give our best guess, but if you look to your left, if you were to draw a zone from, let's say, here to here, that's right where we came down to and hit. So always look left. Look at all this volume, though. That volume was strictly bullish. Bearish volume. This was strictly bullish volume. This is a good mix. Mix. Not really knowing there yet.
NVIDIA's pushing. It's pushing.
Well, you watch that for a second. Give me a minute here, if I can. There we go. I'll be right back.
Yep. So NVIDIA is pushing higher. You are seeing ES now getting back below 6,004, which is kind of our key level for the session low. So as long as it stays below that, you do anticipate a break of 6,000 any moment, but that is a beast of a level, that 6,000. And you saw even yesterday, kind of hesitate to get off of this while we're in the middle of it, but it breaks 6,000, goes all the way down to 59.90, and then shoots itself back up. So every time it gets below it, it's getting buyers stepping in. Now this one is a kind of elongated, but this was more of overnight stuff. That's why you kind of saw but anytime the open session's up, every time we get near 6,000, the buyers have stepped in. So the question is will they step in? Will they continue to step in? Are there any left? I would imagine so. As you see, NVIDIA continuing to push higher, up now 1.4%. It is the biggest player, so it is tough for any sort of breakdown to happen without NVIDIA at least staying flat. But we'll see if we can get a reversal candle or something like that. They may try and push this thing even higher to 150 before they want to relent. But it looks like it's getting a little bit of a reversal here, candle. So if that can cool off, even if it can get down to 147.50, that should coincide with that ES 6,000 break. But just watching, patiently waiting. Bitcoin got hit hard, 88,000 now, 89,000, sorry. I was going to say just a hair under 89,000. So, I mean, that is a $2,000 move in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Solana, let's see, the coin of the degens, 217 to 212 in a blink of an eye. Some of these kind of mid-cap AI, crypto, nuclear plays, you got a little bit of recovery from their absolutely just, ass beating yesterday. But you've got some recoveries now in the nuclear names. LEU is now recovering up 1%. SMR up 1%. BWXT. Nuclear had a pretty good day yesterday, but looking at Micron up 1.5%. Oxy kind of coming down. If I'm not mistaken, they had earnings recently, and SMCI finding bidders at down here at the 1760s. So people are taking their bets to see if old SMCI can stick around the NASDAQ. Going back to the VIX, just kind of chopping. ES just kind of chopping. Oh, we're going to get the break.
That's what I was just paying attention to. We dropped orders below this 59.97.75 level for the first time, really.
I said, if you're going to get the break, NVIDIA is going to have to get to about 147.50, in my opinion. But you're finally getting a red candle after 3 very bullish candles. So how much strength does NVIDIA have? That much strength, in my opinion. It can hold up an entire market. The market. Flipping over to Tide, look at put volume now starting to curl up, which means call volume starting to get some bids. Call premium obviously jumped strong up, and put premium starting to drop. So again, support is showing at that 6,000 level, and the more it holds above it, the more confident people are going to be entering slightly above it, in my opinion.
Up on the 8 now, so
yeah. So this is that spot that Money was liking a re-entry of a short if he was still feeling bearish. But are you still feeling bearish?
Yeah. We'll see though. CBD's popping some. You can see where my mouse is.
I would join you. The only hesitation I'm having is Tide. So put premium just went back above the 0 line, and call premium just went back above the 0 line, and put premium kind of showing that drop, but a little uptick there, a little downtick here. So we'll see how this plays out. And your put volume, was curling up, and then a little increase in put volume here. So I think Monty could be onto something.
We'll see. We are short, and I would add back, if it goes back to the 8, I would probably add back there again. If we can get this breakdown here, I've got my take profit right on order, so I don't know. It's got to break this 6,000. Breaks this 6,000, we could definitely see this. Then we'll probably look for a pop back up again. Could get it here. Last 2 candles, you've had some volume come in. We hadn't lost a lot of volume, to be honest with you. I mean, we're still holding around 20,000 lots per 5-minute candle on ES. That's pretty damn good, considering our open was at what, 36,000. So that's not much of a drop off.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And we've made, anybody's ever paid attention, how many times do we make an H move? And then typically once we make this H, it breaks down below it. So we'll see if this does. If this hits, we pass this combine. So
you had a retest of the session low and a slight rejection. So see again if any follow through can come of that.
yeah, 6,000 is a spot to watch. You're watching the 6,000. You could make a zone off of it, little up, little down. I'm hoping we get the little down, but the bears just cannot push it down. They've tried. You get dip buyers down here every time. Eventually, do they wear out and you don't get them one time? Do we get a little more move down? We shall see. This is the game we play. That was an ugly move down right there, whatever just happened. I need 900 more bucks here. Give me 900 bucks here. Come on.
You got a feeling if that level breaks, it's going to come in a hurry.
If it breaks. So now they got orders right below my take profit there, which they can keep pushing. I think we've got to, let's break the 6,000 level. Come on. Break 6 and get it for me. They're just holding up like, who to thunk it? It's going to take a running start to get it, I think. It's just not breaking down through it. The problem you get is easing down to it, and you got buyers sitting there. So they pop it back up. It eases down to it. Buyers, it's got to get a good running start and pop below it. Right at it again. Let's get some momentum to the downside. CBD still holding up. All this, and CBD is 6,000.
You had to break up. I'm going to switch back. Your puts premium raised up. Your call premium dropped back below zero premium.
It almost seems like that's lagging this morning.
It does. That's what I kind of mentioned it earlier, and it feels that way. Here's your guy. This guy's got to stop. Right. Oh, hold on one second, Marty.
Yep. Let's take Roy out for a second. I'm not sure what he's doing or what's happening, so we'll remove him from the screen for a second. He can, whenever he gets whatever he's doing back, he can put his. There he is. He's back in. I didn't know if you had a call or whatever, so I moved you for a second.
Nah, my battery backup just decided to sound an alarm, which was lovely. So, my surge protector.
Yeah, still not getting this breakdown here. It's holding like a champ. Holding like a champ. It's going to have to be a drastic move down. 6,500 CBD. I don't get it.
I think you're right, though. I think a running start's going to be needed. So, does it retest the 8 one more time to get that running start?
If CBD was not holding up like this, I would feel 100% better with this trade.
Yeah. And that could be your leader, whereas flow is starting to be your laggard. Yeah, as we see now, a little tick down. Call premium ticking down. Put volume still in control. Here's your retest of the low. And now a retest of probably the 8 ribbon. That was a bottom Bollinger rejection there. Your NVIDIA. Red candle on NVIDIA. but you got to pop. So we'll see. Starting to get them close here. No, not close enough to take a long per se, but you're starting to get a little flattening and curl. But those can change on a dime.
Yeah, we're still on I started to add up here and I didn't. If you add, then you don't have to get near as big a move off of it, but more risk, more reward, right?
I'm familiar.
$6,500 holding 66 on CVD.
Hey, Monty, today's Thursday. I do my picks.
Oh yeah. Glad you thought about it.
That went 2-0. 2-0. 2-0 last week.
I know I have a thing of squirrels. I know about squirrels, so you know about what they say about a blind squirrel, right? 6,400 CVD. I want to see it start to crash down, and you're not seeing it crash down. We're coming back on test 6,000. We're just going to creep down to it again. So let's see if it holds again.
Nvidia did cool, so you've got Nvidia. I mean, that's a pretty bearish candle there on the 5-minute, back below 148. So again, 147.50 would be kind of my target there, but it would have to break this 8 ribbon. But if you can get some sort of bearish momentum on that name, I think you'll get your break.
Yeah, well, you say that. CVD has popped to 7,000 on this move down. Yeah.
Howie mentioned Tesla continues to fall. Oh, sorry, Cashy. I missed your message earlier about NQ in the low of the range. Flip that. Oh my gosh, this NQ chart. Yeah, that pretty much describes what you're looking. But that's
that looks like a flag
bear
all
flag.
day.
Yeah. So
I saw something the other day that makes so much sense. So one of the first candlestick patterns everybody learns is a flag, bear flag and a bull flag, right? Mm-hmm. And the most common to not play out is a flag.
Right.
Comes the break.
Here it comes. Nvidia 147.50.
You called it, didn't you?
Yeah. So that white line right there, what was it?
We're 385 away from passing, so we were going to be super careful. I was not taking a chance on a good bounce there. And it's going to break down a hit where I was going. Would have took my profit, would have made it, but
that's all right. There's no point. I mean, what's the profit target on that combine? It's 9,000. Right, and you're $300 away. Yeah, so no point of rushing it.
CVD is popping. We're going to do something we shouldn't do, probably. But
oh man!
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no!
I'm okay with it. Well, we're not dead yet. Just wait.
We're not dead yet. All right. Well, quick on the trigger there.
Yeah, we were a little quick, but once it bounces up here and takes me out, and I make my profit,
that's true.
Say, hey, he was right.
Look at this guy. Old lad said, "Wizard of a short call mining." I took that one and hit my target for the day. Hotty toddy.
Well, good for you, lad. Awesome.
Search for web. Look at Monty. Look at this
We're
guy.
not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Rejected hard there. Rejected hard there. Oh goodness. Hey, you jinx. You're a jinx.
What's the
What
video
are your
doing?
top indicators? This is from Harry. So what are your top indicators? You got to choose CVD, Fib lines, VWAP, etc. None of them. It changes daily, Harry. Depends on what's holding and what's working. And my biggest indicator should be Roy, opposite what he does. He just got a tick away from letting this account. Roy, oh, there it is, and boom, straight down as soon as he said it. So there's your biggest indicator, opposite whatever the hell Roy does.
I'll follow it up with Dirty Harry. To me, the first one you should add to your chart is VWAP. It gives you basically the average of the day for volume wise for the price. So VWAP's a very important line. It's something everyone should have on their charts, in my opinion. The next one I like is the 8 and 21 moving average EMAs. So those are the EMAs of the time frame of the chart that you have. So
so your 8 is your last previous 8 candles average. Your 21 is your last 21 candle average. And like you said, VWAP is volume weighted at price. So it's got to do with not only the volume of each candle, but it's also got to do with the price is on each candle. So VWAP is very, very important. That's why a lot of times you see like, hey, you got all these below VWAP. That is a bearish indicator that we're trending down. Your 200, I keep it on the chart. I don't trade off of it, but you can see like right here in this zone back here, you can see the 200 hit and held greatest support. Took a running start to break through it, and it's kind of held as resistance at that point now. So, hey, past the combine.
How many days?
So, suck it, Roy. How many days?
Yeah, how many days did that one take?
Nice. And a horrible day on that Monday, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days past it.
Beautiful.
Oh, first thing, lock this bad boy out. There's no need to touch that anymore because it is funded and ready to go. Now we're going to swap back to this one. We've taken a beating on this one today, but you know what?
We're feeling good now.
Hell yeah, we are. We call this right back real quick. I'm not about this. The great thing about Top Step, when you're in a combine, let's say you're in the 150K combine, and you have a 4,500 trailing drawdown, right? Until you hit 150. So you can see we've taken almost a $4,000 hit on this today, and we still have $2,600 left to play with. So we can make this back. I'm not worried about making this back. I just need to get a good trend. And right now, I'm not sure if we reject up here at 6,000 now, which might be a good play, or do we pop back above it? I'm leaning towards we reject, but I don't understand CVD. It's still 7,000. This is not negative. This is positive numbers.
There's your tide. So trying to see where the breakdown happened. A little bit of a lag on tide.
A little bit of what?
A lag. Yeah. But I mean, it is pointing that downward is the move, which is basically what we've been screaming all day. Let's look at NVIDIA. Got down to 47.30, and then it's battling its 8 right now. Kind of stopped at VWAP for NVIDIA, so it looks like it may want to pop up and retest this 8 again, bottom Bollinger. I mean, the other side of
Got to get above 6,000.
Yeah. So
If you were playing candle by candle, which is still valid, it could come all the way up to the 6,000 level, which would be a perfect add spot here. So if it does hit 6,000, we will add 3 more at it. Orders are down to 59.90 now.
That was yesterday's low, wasn't it?
And then you got 59.80 has got a lot of orders sitting at it. So I don't know if we can get that low. I don't know if we do, it's going to be a sure enough ugly trend day to the downside. But as of right now, it's hitting these lows and it's popping every time, which is, we said flags are the easiest one to spot. And my gosh, we're just going to keep flagging, it looks like. I mean, we flagged here, broke down, flagged here, broke down. Do we flag here and break down too? So that's your question. It's going to be about a $3,000 question.
Your orb low is right there that it's testing here shortly, on top of 6,000 as well. So
yeah, there's a pop above 6,000. We're not going to let this run too far. If it hits that 13, we'll get out of it. We'll see. We shall see.
flipping over to Tide, you see a little downtick in puts there, little uptick in call premium, fading. Like Monty's kind of suggested today, is this could be more of a laggard than a leader.
Let's see if 6,000 actually holds up now. If 6,000 holds up, we'll need to go and cut this trade.
Looking over at Mag 7, NVIDIA back testing 148, a pretty bullish candle there. Coming off of VWAP and now breaking above the 8. So let's see if it can hold its gains. I keep switching to NVIDIA because market tide's not really being the indicator, but NVIDIA certainly is. So now you're coming back to test the low a day, session low, previous session low, overnight low, I guess you should say.
Mm-hmm.
A slight rejection there.
Yeah, but it's got to reject back below 6,000 or this trade is going to be invalid. Coming back to it, but so far 6,000 has been a spot, and a lot of times when you get that clean break when it comes right back up and gets back above a spot like that, it doesn't always. That means it's usually a good reversal back up. So we could see a move back up pretty high here, to be honest with you.
You are getting a bit of a curl here on the MACD.
Yeah, we're going to leave this one alone for now. We're not touching this one anymore.
So now if you're looking for entry, you would want to see it maybe come back, retest this pre-market session low, could even retest this bottom Bollinger, which is now coincide with the 8 at 6,002. Obviously, any long is invalidated if we get back below 6,000.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at this level for short. I know it doesn't make sense, but what I do doesn't always make sense.
So no doubt about it, that was a bullish candle. Coming back to kind of what Monty had mentioned and asked me earlier, is it short covering? Is it going to be continued selling? Is it going to be dip buyers?
Here's what you got. Notice one thing. This big red candle, notice this volume came in. That was the highest volume since around open. You got a push up on lower volume. You got this last candle on lower volume. if this candle makes lower volume again, if we get a pop, you could see it go back down to 6,000 or below. Because the volume is not here on this push. So even though CBD is at 8,000 now, which is not taking much to push CBD to the upside. But now you got this 13's got a hold, this 8's got a hold. 8 is trending up, 13's trending up. VWAP is sideways, which we never want to see VWAP run sideways if you're wanting to trade. That
you are about to get across on the MACD. So you're above session pre-market lows. You're getting across above MACD. You're above the 8, and you've got VWAP in striking distance. So, there it comes down. Retest the session low, and could be a fake out. Could be a bounce zone. We'll see. What's CVD doing?
8,000.
CVD saying party on, huh?
It is. But we just had this conversation where you can't just use it as a straight indicator. Because I'm going to tell you, CBD's been, if you've been listening to me, CBD's been positive all morning, and we just made our money on a short and a long. More shorts than longs, but I had to get that last bid on a long, which that looks like a genius move now, doesn't it?
I tell you, that was good. And then it broke the Roy curse. So how great is that?
It's really strong to break the Roy curse.
The put volume continues to rise, but again, not reading too much into the market tide right now.
You're watching the 6,000 break. That's what you want to see. If 6,000 breaks again, we definitely could get that move down with the 93 again, back to low a day. Could actually see a little better than that if it does break. Possibly could see around the 90 area.
So you did break below the session low here on this curl down. You are back within the Bollinger Band range. Dirty Harry, if you're still listening, that VWAP does come with Bollinger Bands, which means basically the high average and the low average. The market tends to gyrate within those ranges. People like it, people don't like it. I tend to like it. It kind of shows me the bend. More. Yeah. So there's a lot of ways to look at it. On the longer term charts, though, Bollinger Bands are very important, in my opinion. The daily charts and things like that kind of give you that range. It does clutter up the chart quite a bit.
Look at VIX compared to what we're doing here. This VIX back below 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
So VIX and CVD are basically in lockstep.
Seems to be. CVD seems to be opposite of VIX today, not opposite of VS.
Right.
Let's move back up. This is actually a pretty strong move here.
Yeah. It reclaimed. You got your wick. Yeah. Yeah. I think you could see a VWAP test here.
For once, CVD is not moving up with the green candle. It's kind of just chilling. 78.
So does the market catch up to CVD?
CVD is your cumulative volume delta. So it's all your volume at the moment. So you would think so.
Mm-hmm.
You would think so. But I've seen CVD do this before, and then next thing you know, you look up and it's zero. It's just drop out of the world, which means your bulls gave up. And that's the case. And you can see a big move down. Right now, it's just holding. And Bookmap, look, I'm going to tell you, Bookmap is probably as light as you've seen it, as color-wise, not just order-wise, but color-wise, because you could have a bunch of orders sitting at a level, and it's not going to show a dark red color, which is kind of what we're getting now. We're not getting many dark reds. We're getting some right above 60.10 right now, though. So watch that. And some below 6,005. Kind of why you're getting this fight out. The market is always, here's a deal that everybody's got to remember. The market is always searching for buyers, whether it's searching for buyers for the upside or searching for buyers for the downside. It's always looking for people to buy. So kind of back to your question, what's your top indicator? My top indicator is going to be volume, because volume and orders shows you where to go and what the market wants to do. Right now, it's a little confusing because it's popping up to about 79 and it drops back to 77. Now it just popped up to 8,000. So we might be fixing to get a runner. Might be fixing to get a runner here. We're going to see how it takes VWAP once it gets up here, because it is 8,200 is CVD. Oh, if I'd have been in something else, I would have held along down here. Oof, that was a move. That's a 12, 13-point move so far. Actually, 16-point move, 17-point move. Let's get that right. Here's VWAP, 8,300. Of course, we're going to have a moment at VWAP.
Yeah, I mean, this MACD crossing here kind of told you that you could have at least gotten VWAP on that candle here. Well, you got a bullish candle here.
All right,
I actually
leave it where you're at. Leave it right where you're at.
Yeah.
So look where this VWAP cross. I mean, this cross, whatever the hell we're talking about, wherever this cross was. What was that cross? Yeah. What
MACD.
time was that?
10:30. 10:30. Right? Yep.
All right. You got that cross at 10:30 at 9:20. You've actually you got volume with a green candle. So I'm just proving that is a lagging indicator. Everybody needs to realize everything lags.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's not a shot at it. I'm not a shot at you with it. It's just everybody says that indicators are lagging. Well, right there is your proof that it was lagging. So it has to have that move before it got. If it didn't get that move, it wouldn't have got the cross. So yeah. Now struggling with VWAP. You get a break of VWAP here, though. We should possibly. Let's reset this chart and look. You can see session high, which is 25.25. That's a nice move from there if he gets that break.
If it gets that break.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're fixing to get that break. CBD still holding 82. We got the break on the 8. We got the break on the 13. Came back, tested the 13, held. Now we're trying to get this break on the 21. If it gets the break on the 21 and holds and comes back and retests and bounces, we should get a break on the VWAP. Then at VWAP, if you do get that VWAP break, this is about what we're talking about why I have the 200. You got the 200 sitting at 60.15. That would be your next target spot if you are in a long. First, you want to see it hold this 21 break.
Still got 15 seconds on this candle, so you'll want to see the volume and the push.
Yeah, that is charting with money. New segment.
That's a good one. I like that one. Charting with money.
Now, all right, so it held the 21, broke above it. Now it's rejecting the VWAP again. So let's see if we can close. Just want to see this next one close above the 21. If we can get a close above 21, but your 21 in your VWAP is getting super close. But as we said, when this was a bullish indicator here, I mean bearish when it broke below VWAP. Now you're seeing them point straight back up. So if they go back above VWAP, we are back in bullish mode, which I am leaning more bullish now anyway. So looks like so far the 21 is going to hold. So far it's holding the support. We'll see how it plays out. 8,400 CVD. If we wasn't at VWAP, I would take a long, no questions asked.
Yeah, your VWAP in the bottom of that zone. It's just like, I'd like to see a break of VWAP.
All these struggled, then we struggled back up into it. So technically, you'll want to see 1175 break to the upside. If you look left, 1175 has actually been a pretty good spot to look at. Get that break, then we could go back to 20. Should see some kind of resistance up here at 20. Look how that daggum zone, that trend zone played off. I called it. Then to come out and reject that, and we could move down.
That was pretty. Yeah, well, that's pretty good. Cashy letting us know too that NQ is approaching VWAP as well, so they're in lockstep, which is good. When you're playing this future stuff, you want to make sure that NQ and ES are lockstep, because when they're not, that just makes things a lot harder. Tide's starting to cool off a bit. You've got puts kind of cooling down, put volumes kind of cooling down. Calls are still below the premium, zero premium. Same story on holdings. You're getting kind of a definitely a bullish look here if it can break VWAP, as Monty keeps mentioning.
Yeah, I took a long there on the 21.
Nice.
We'll see how nice it is. I think you might jinx me again. CBD is 85, so I've got multiple things telling me that, hey, this is actually a decent move here. You could see a move up. So I didn't just take this trade just because it's at a 21. We're above the 8, above 13. 21 is held as support. Came back, tested it again. I think we come back and test it and get a break of VWAP. Like I said, if you get a break of VWAP, you're watching this 1175 area. Break that. We should go up to this 20 area. And then break that. We should go to session high, which would be right about there. So that would actually be a great day for us. If we plays out, CVD is still suggesting that we're going to get a pop. Bookmap is suggesting that. I just hate all the orders are here together. That's the only thing that kind of concerns me on this long. You got, if you look, you got all these orders that are pretty much, they're moving around, but they're moving together. And then you got all these orders that are moving together. So you're going to see these start to pop up for them to pull it up. But we got this spot here, and then it's that 1175 area to watch. Those are two very important levels, in my opinion, right now. Just can't get above VWAP. That is the frustrating part here. Which is, I don't know, are we consolidating here for a push up? Maybe. Here we go. Let's get this close. Oh, shoot. CBD just popped to 10,000.
Good move up. Good move up.
Let's see if it can it's 9,500. Now you got, so what I was saying earlier about orders were not showing up. You got crimson all over the board on 1750, 1500, 1750 seems to be kind of where they should be above this. So you're looking from the 200. Now we want to see VWAP hold here. If it comes right back below it and trades below it, then that's not a good sign at all. You need a break and hold in the pop. CBD's come back to 94, 95. And we lost a lot of our crimson on the board. Oh, it scares me. They got 6,005. Right below it. Then 6,000, right below 6,012. Let's see. Roy called earlier this zone here. You look back over this zone, you can see this zone has been very active.
Mm-hmm.
But most of your orders have been on this last day and a half, 2 days, have been right above this zone. So possibly could get back above that. I want to hold. We need this candle to close at or above VWAP, or we could see a move back down. VWAP is not the end all be all, but it seems to be pretty important today. If you look back, struggled breaking it, then it broke it, held as support. This is kind of what we're looking for, and then bounced, came back, broke it, came back, tested. Now we're trying to break back above it and hold it. Does it pull this move where it got above it and broke down? Above it, broke down. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Above it's a good sign. It is 9:47. You got your picks ready to lock in yet?
Getting the last logo in now.
We have we actually have, look, this account here looks bad. We passed the combine, another one. We've hit about 1,400 up in those 11 accounts over there. So that's a great day.
Yeah.
It's a great day.
I've actually just traded an XFA exclusively today, and I'm up $400 on it.
CBD's doing what it was doing earlier. It's 9,700 now. It's creeping back up. 9,800, 9,900. Do we see another pop here? I'd like this thing to go above 10,000 and hold. Can't get the quite hold of it. 10,000 seems to be the spot over here to break, to move us over here. So VIX is 1382. It's at its orb low. Is that the orb low? It is just stuck there at the orb low. I'm talking about right on top of it. Oh. So you're looking at, that would have been about the same spot. So I'm looking at my entry. I went back to look at the one to see if I could have got a better entry. That's actually right on top of where my entry is. So suck it all you 1 minute, boys. 1 minute is actually a good place to find entry. I was giving Roy and them hell about it over the weekend. Looking at the one, we were looking at the 15 second. What did we look at? The 1 second chart or whatever the hell it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's insane. I don't know how people trade that, but some people do trade. That would just give me so much anxiety. We are. I do like how it's holding up here. I like how it's holding up. So we have broke the flag curse. So once we got back above, pretty much right here, we broke it. So actually, we really broke it about here, but still, neither here nor there. Now it needs to run away. It needs to pop, run away up. We'll see. I see your first pick there.
You're gonna like that one.
I don't dislike it.
Yeah,
Vix
you're gonna
broke
like it.
the orb, then immediately got a green candle right back into it. So
Yeah, it's kind of struggling at 60-10.
yeah,
Which is basically VWAP. So
let me see. I still got this red line. This is where I want to see it break to get a move up. Well, we should have a move down somewhere. We risk a couple $100 on it now. We come back below this candle. We broke all this anyway, so we don't need to hang out. So now we got about a 10-to-1 risk reward, risking 2,600 to make 2,600. I mean, risking 260 to make 2,600. But if it bops below this, like I said, this play is invalid. Let's look for another play. Not liking it so far. VIX has kind of popped in there and kind of, it was wicking. Now it's not wicking anymore. Feel that wick back. CVD still holding 9,700. So we never did get that 10,000 break that I wanted. So back below VWAP. See if we can reclaim it here. If this candle, we've got so much time we got in this candle, 2.5 minutes. So if this candle can close back above VWAP again, that would be a bullish signal to me that we always want to go higher. If it closes down here, well then we're probably just going to cut this trade and be done with it. But let's see what happens here. What happens here? We need some volume to step in and push this thing. What we need. What we need. Or where do you want to go on and do your picks if you got them ready?
yeah, let's do it. So we'll recap last week. The Dolphins did beat the Rams. And oh, yeah, that's right. The Dolphins did beat the Rams. Moving over. And the Colorado Texas Tech did go over on a last-second touchdown, just as I had predicted. This week's picks, probably see a preview. We're going Bills to end the Chiefs or cover 1 point, lose by no more than a point. But I think the Bills went outright at home against the Chiefs. And I'm going with the Jayhawks to cover and potentially beat BYU this weekend. Plus 2.5 on Kansas. So those are my two picks.
Going against the Mormons. You're going against
going against the Mormons. And actually, we need to flip back to the chart because that was a nice move for you.
Actually, I need if Kansas beats BYU, that would actually be good for me and my team.
Yes. I kind of had that in the back of my mind as well. So you got the move up.
Came back. I don't know why you felt like you need to do that. Like, why did you?
Felt like you know.
Everybody, the Roy curse is as real can get. Sometimes it still plays out, and it's just the move's just too good for him to even mess it up. But that was a great move up, and he had to come back and call it.
I was excited. I was like, oh, we got to get this on camera, and then we got the curse on camera.
CVD is over 10,000 now. Yeah, and we closed right on the 21. So you dirty dog, you. Dirty dog, you. Well, at least we know what to not bet on in college and NFL right now. You might have been right, son, but your credibility is shot right now. Shot.
Gotta get back. It's important that we can at least be right at something. I don't like this candle.
That is right. Well, we did pass the combine, so there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we broke back below 10,000 on CVD now. So I think this would be a good place to start wrapping the day up. So remember, we will not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's our Friday. We're back on our normal schedule now. Roy and them traveled yesterday, so that's why we didn't do. Kind of hard to do a stream while you're riding on the road. And y'all don't want me to sit here and just ramble on there. See, look at this jinx. This jinx is what he is. This dirty, dirty jinx. You don't want to hear me ramble about Roy being a jinx for 2 hours.
Well, maybe they do. It's oh.
Yeah, we're not. We're letting stop. Hit the stop. Hit the stop, and we're calling it a day. There it is. We are done for the day. We will come back tomorrow. On actually, probably end up getting another one. We'll see if we can save this one, but we'll get us another combine. We're trying to get back up to 5. Want to build back up to 5 XFAs, and then actually I want 550 Ks. So as of right now, you're trying to make some money off sports betting and stock market. Just wondering if you were doing 2 different jobs at one time. That's from Sean. I don't know who Sean is. No, he is not making any money off sports.
No, I'm not trying to do the sports betting thing. That's more of a hobby than anything. The trading is the real income source.
We started doing this, so I had something else to make fun of Roy at over the
and it worked.
That's worked.
Yeah. So the sports betting, just more of a fun hobby that we do. The stock trading is more of the serious stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think that is a great spot to call it because I'm done.
Yeah. I think we're good. I think good day all around. We come back on Monday. We don't stream tomorrow, so trade safe. Be safe, everybody. Yeah, that's all I've got.
Oh, Sean says, okay, I'm new, liking what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's just we're trying to keep it fun and exciting and all that good stuff. So we got we do break up monogamy sometimes. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're not subscribed, like, subscribe. We will catch you guys Monday. Have a safe weekend, and everybody get some rest and enjoy yourself. Catch you later.
Yes. Bye guys.